Hello, and welcome to this training course on list building. If you're looking to build a long-term business that is profitable for years to come, then this is exactly the training you need. Basically, list building is the lifeblood of business success for anyone who is doing any kind of internet marketing. But it's also the area that most people struggle with the most. The problem with list building is that everybody wants a big list and focuses only on getting more subscribers onto their list. But let's actually take a look at what a big list really is. So what do you think a big, successful email list actually looks like? Is it A, a list of 100,000 people, B, a list of 20,000 people, C, a list of 500 people? D, the size of the list is actually the least important factor. If you picked D, you're already ahead of the game. Here's the truth about list building. Size does not matter. There are marketers out there with lists of 20,000 and 30,000 subscribers who will consistently get hundreds of sales from each promotional mailing, whereas others who have lists of well over 100,000 subscribers can barely make 10 sales. How could this be? Why does this happen? It is because those successful list builders understand big lists differently than the people with 100,000 subscribers. That difference in their understanding allows them to treat their subscribers just a little bit differently. It shifts how they market to the people they are communicating with. In short, successful list builders focus on influence, not numbers. Influence is the real marker of success. When we talk about influence as it pertains to list building, what we mean is, are your subscribers reading your emails? Do they act on what you suggest? Do they care at all when your emails hit their box? Do they have credit cards and use them when you tell them to? If you have influence with your followers, a list of 500 people can be more successful than that 100,000 subscriber guy who simply hammers his subscribers with offer after offer after offer. If they check their open rates, it's going to be pretty clear that very few subscribers are actually opening their emails. What they are doing isn't marketing. They are simply throwing out spam and waiting to see what sticks, even though it's spam with permission. Real marketers are aware that the biggest key to successful list building isn't the size of the list, but the influence they have on that list. More specifically, it's the ability to continually provide solutions to problems their customers have. They are focused 100% in making sure every word they say or write to their customers is geared towards benefiting their customers in some way. They are not resorting to hard sales tactics. They know that hard selling makes people tune them out. It makes people run. It makes them sound just a little bit sleazy. People aren't stupid. Most marketers are just out to make a quick buck. They are hoping to press a button, send an email to 50,000 people, and walk away with $20,000 the next morning. It doesn't work that way. You have to make a connection each time you communicate with your subscribers. You have to like them and make them like you. The way you do that is by giving away helpful, informative, valuable content that actually solves your subscribers' problems. This is the whole goal of everything you are doing. The people who subscribe to your list do so because they want information. So you need to find a way to earn their trust by giving them the high-value information they are looking for so you can sell to them in the future. In addition, you've got to keep yourself at the top of their mind. Otherwise, when they are ready to buy, they are going to go looking for other solutions, spot another website, and buy from someone else. You've likely heard this before. Most customers require 7 to 12 exposures to your product or services before they're going to bother to make a purchase. They're going to need to hear from you perhaps a dozen times before they're going to take out that credit card for you. They need this much exposure, of course, because they do not trust you yet. When your focus shifts from trying to make sales with each email you send to actually trying to build trust and create a connection with your subscribers, what you're going to do is blow your sales numbers out of the water. So focus on providing value, providing solutions to your subscribers rather than just milking them for dollars. The tools you need to succeed. Now let's talk about some of the tools you're going to need to succeed with list building. The very first thing that you're absolutely going to need is a good, reliable autoresponder service. There are many different autoresponder services out there, but you need to stay away from the free autoresponder services. You just never know how reliable they're going to be. So just don't risk it with your business. I'm going to recommend 2 providers that I've personally used and that I personally endorse. The first one I'm going to recommend is Aweber. This is probably one of the most popular autoresponder services among internet marketers, especially beginners, mainly because it's really easy to use and get started with. And you can test Aweber out for the first month for just $1, so it's really easy to get started with them. The other autoresponder services I've used and recommend is GetResponse. They're very similar to Aweber in that they have a lot of the same features and allow you to do similar things. The advantage GetResponse has, pricing-wise anyway, is that you can actually get started with them for free. Now, the free trial has some limitations, but if you just want to test it out, you can just sign up and check it out. Both services are reliable, though, so whoever you go with really just comes down to personal preference. I do recommend, though, that whatever service you try, you really stick with it, because it is sometimes a little difficult to switch between autoresponder providers. So that's something for you to keep in mind. Now, the next thing that you're going to need is you're going to need a good, reliable host provider. Once again, I don't recommend that you use a free hosting provider. You just never know what's going to happen with them. They're usually entirely advertising-based, so you just never know how reliable they're going to be. And really, when it comes down to your business, you need to invest in solid tools for it to work properly over the long term. There are a lot of good hosting providers out there, but there is only one I can highly recommend. That's HostGator. They're a fantastic service, excellent customer support, excellent uptime. They have virtually no downtime, and like I said, their customer service is absolutely fantastic. I've never had any issues with their servers being down or anything like that, and any problems I've had with my websites, they've been able to fix for me in no time. They've got a few different plans available, but I recommend going with their baby plan. You get unlimited domains, unlimited disk space, and unlimited bandwidth, so I recommend them. They're also very affordable at about $6 per month. So you've got no excuses for not investing in a good hosting provider like HostGator. Now, the next thing that you're going to need is a domain name. Obviously, this can just be about anything you want, but it should be something related to your niche and what you have to offer. So let's say you're in the gardening niche, and you want to build a list that gives out tips and ideas about gardening to your subscribers. A domain name you could go with is something like johnsgardeningtips.com. Or if you have a specific offer you're giving away to build your list, for example, a free report named 27 Tips to Gardening Success, then maybe a domain name such as 27gardeningtips.com would work well. It's completely up to you. Just make sure the domain name is related to your niche and to your offer. There's a few different places you can purchase a domain name from. The two I recommend are GoDaddy and Namecheap. They're really only two places that I recommend you buy your domain names because they have very good prices and they're very reliable. You can also search for coupons on Google for these two services, which will give you some discounts. So you end up paying less than $10 for your domain name. The next thing that you're going to need to start building your list is you're going to need a squeeze page. This is a page where you're going to send your visitors so they can sign up to your list. You can make your own if you know HTML, or you can make it easy on yourself and use a template. Either a theme or a plugin on WordPress or an HTML template. The easiest option is probably to get something for WordPress. This allows you to not just build squeeze pages, but also build out a full website as well. A great option to do this with is OptimizePress. The great thing about this is they let you build sales pages, squeeze pages, download pages, membership pages, everything. And it's all done within the WordPress platform, so it's easy to manage. It's a great tool, and if you're serious about building a long-term business, it's also a tool that will serve you well as you continue to expand your business. You're going to be able to keep using it to build more squeeze pages, to sell your own products on sales pages, and so much more. So it's definitely worth the investment. Another option you have for building squeeze pages within WordPress is WP Lead Gorilla. It isn't as comprehensive as OptimizePress, in that it doesn't allow you to create sales pages and other pages, but what it does is it allows you to create some really cool looking modern day squeeze pages. And these new style squeeze pages convert very well. I've had conversions of well over 50% on these types of squeeze pages, compared to something like 30% on regular squeeze pages you often see most marketers using. So this is also worth the investment if you want to use some of these high-converting, fresh-looking squeeze pages for your offers. So those are some of the tools you'll need to be successful with list building. Next, we're going to take a look at the structure of your list building business, and more specifically, your sales funnel. Creating the ultimate sales funnel. So once you've got your squeeze page set up, you also need to think about the rest of your sales funnel. It's not enough to just have a squeeze page up and think you're going to make a profit from selling random offers through your autoresponder emails. You need to think about products and services you want to promote that are related to your free offer. This is how you maximize the profit potential of your list. So many times I see people set up a squeeze page and just promote one product as an affiliate. They might have 5 or so emails, and that's it. Remember what we said earlier. Subscribers usually need to be emailed 7 to 12 times before they will consider buying from you. So if you've only got a few emails in your campaign, it's just not going to get it done. Ideally, you would have 7 to 12 emails that promote one offer, then another 7 to 12 promoting another offer after that, and then even more emails promoting more offers after that. And that would be a combination of emails that build trust. Emails that provide high-value content and sales emails. You need to be offering multiple products over multiple weeks to really get the most out of your list. Remember, this is for a long-term business, not something you're doing for some quick cash. Now let's take a look at what the ultimate sales funnel should look like. The first thing it all starts with is a squeeze page on the left. This is where you're going to be giving away a free offer, either a short 5 to 10 page report or a short video, in exchange for the visitor's name and email, or simply just their email. So they have to sign up with at least their email in order to get your free offer. Of course, your free offer has to be high quality, and it has to help solve a problem that the visitor is going through. You need to offer a solution to their problem. That's the incentive they have to sign up to your list. It doesn't matter if it's a report or a video or whatever, as long as it solves a problem for them. So as soon as people enter their email address on the squeeze page and submit their information, they're going to be shown a one-time offer, or an OTO. This is a special sales page just for these subscribers that is going to offer them a special offer of some sort. It should be closely related to your free offer, but a lot more comprehensive. For example, if you have a free report that offers 5 tips to lose belly fat quickly, your one-time offer may be about how to lose 20 pounds in 3 weeks, or something like that. It builds on what the free offer provides, and provides even more information and more value. So it might be a video product that explains different diets and different exercise plans, if you're in the weight loss niche. Generally, your OTO will cost between $7 and $17. This is the first paid offer your subscribers are going to see from you, so you want to make it affordable for most people. Now, if they don't purchase at this point, you then send them a downsell offer, which is usually just a discounted version of your OTO. So instead of charging $17 for your OTO, you charge $7 on the downsell for the same product. That's the easiest way to go about it. But if they decide to purchase your OTO, you're going to send them to an upsell offer instead. This is another paid offer that is even more comprehensive than your OTO. Perhaps it's a coaching offer or a service that's related to your OTO. It's also going to be more expensive, so if your OTO was $17, your upsell might be $67 or $97, depending on what it is. Of course, all of these paid offers are optional for your subscriber. After the downsell and upsell offers, regardless of if they buy or not, they're still going to be sent to a download page where they can then get the free offer they initially signed up for. So they download the report, but also, and more significantly, they're now on your email list, which is where the real marketers are separated from the amateurs. Well, at least where the profitable marketers are separated from the not-so-profitable marketers. Remember what we talked about initially. You need to build a connection and a relationship with your subscribers. So throughout your emails, you want to be telling your story and building trust by providing even more great content and information. Then when you build up a solid amount of trust and rapport, you can also sprinkle some paid offers in there as well. If your free content is great and highly valuable to your subscribers, when you offer a paid product, they're going to be thinking, if his free information is this good, his paid information is probably going to be 10 times better. And if your products are really good, then you're on the right track. You've created a subscriber who might actually be eager to hear from you. So while your subscriber is hitting delete, delete, delete on the emails of all those other marketers, he's stopping to read your emails, even if his day is busy, and even if he doesn't normally read marketing emails. He's reading you the same way he'd read an email from a good friend of his, because he now sees a good friend when he sees your name. This allows you to continue to provide more great information for free, as well as to continue to promote more offers in the future. And we're not talking about simple products. You should be promoting more of those as well, but you should eventually also promote your own membership sites, your own services, and even your own coaching. These would be higher paid offers, which are really going to ramp up your profits over time. So you might end up having your own membership site that sells for $47 per month, where members get your highest value information every month. Or you might even have your own coaching program for $300 per month, where your clients get access to you over the phone or through email so you can personally help them with their specific problems. These high-ticket offers are really the backbone of a profitable, long-term business. You're not going to make massive profits every month selling $17 video courses, but you will see big profits from selling $300 coaching offers. Now, you might not be in a position to be able to do that just yet, but it's definitely something to keep in mind down the track as you expand your sales funnel over time. Choosing the best niches to enter. So we've gone through a lot of the background information you need to know to start building a list and actually profiting from it as well. Now let's start putting it all into place. The first thing you need to do is to decide which niche you are going to focus on. Now, choosing the right niche really isn't that hard. All you really need to do is look for people that are desperate for help. A lot of marketers, when they're just starting out, seem to spend way too much time trying to find that perfect niche when they really don't need to. For this type of business model and the kinds of sales funnel we spoke about earlier, there are really only 3 massively huge and desperate niches you should choose from. Those 3 niches are primarily health, wealth, and relationships. The reason why we want to focus on these niches is because they all have a lot of people who are looking for information and who are looking for solutions to their problems. This allows us to properly execute that sales funnel we spoke about. There are a lot of different products, both free and paid, you can offer in these niches, as there are a lot of other sub-niches within them as well. Let's take a look at the health niche, for example, and more specifically, weight loss. If you were to focus solely on the weight loss niche, you could easily create a funnel that looked like this. A free offer on how to lose weight, a one-time offer that explains the different exercises and diets that allow you to lose weight fast, an upsell that provides coaching or mentoring to someone who is trying to lose weight, a membership site that offers new exercises and new diet plans every month. Then, if that's your general weight loss list, you can also have multiple lists that target specifically weight loss for women, weight loss for men, weight loss after pregnancy, weight loss for people over 50. And you wouldn't need to drastically change your offers. You would just repurpose them to fit your specific target demographic each time. The same applies to any other sub-niche within the health niche and within the wealth and relationship niches. You could have a range of products and offers specifically targeting different demographics within those niches. One thing you can do is to head over to the ClickBank marketplace and just check out the most popular products on offer there, and also the specific categories they target. So instead of going to one of the categories in the marketplace, just do a blank search and see what comes up. You'll see that almost all of the 50 most popular products being sold are within those 3 massive niches. There are dating guides for men, fat loss courses, dating guides for women, how to make money with surveys, how to transform your body, which is about weight loss, more diet and weight loss products, how to build more muscle, how to text your ex back, how to make money online, and on and on and on. These 3 niches are massive. There are so many opportunities within them that you really need to stick to one of these niches if you want to build a responsive list you can continue to build your business with over the long term. There is massive demand within these niches for solutions to problems, and you need to be someone who provides them with those solutions. They want your help, and as the ClickBank marketplace shows, they're willing to pay for that help. As long as you stick with one of these niches, you're not going to have any issues with getting people onto your list. They're massive markets with massive demand, so choose one of these niches and stick with it. Putting together a high-quality free offer. Now let's talk about putting together your free offer. What you want to do with your free offer is make it so valuable and jam-packed with information that even a reasonable person would pay for it. But you're giving it away for free. It's all about reciprocity and building trust, remember? Now, what should your offer be? Something short and sharp, something valuable, and something with no fluff. So if you're in the internet marketing niche, maybe it's how to create a squeeze page, or how to make an opt-in form, or 5 tips to get your site ranked high on Google, or the top 10 ways to drive traffic to your site. Something that is short enough to digest in a small amount of time, something that's easy enough to create, but also something that provides a lot of value to the subscriber. Now, your free offer doesn't have to be long or complicated. A simple 5 to 10 page report or a short 5-minute video is enough to go through the tips you want to reveal. The most important thing to keep in mind is that what you're promising on the squeeze page, what you're promising in your advertising, that's what you're actually delivering. To create a report that you can give away, what you want to do is use something like Microsoft Word or OpenOffice to type it out. Don't just create a massive block of text, though. Have a cover page with the title of your report, have a short introduction, and then outline your tips or your secret or whatever the main topic of your report is. Then finally have a conclusion. Use headlines, subheadlines, include images, anything you can to make it look good. When you're done, you should convert it into PDF format. Both Word and OpenOffice allow you to do this. Don't pass along your document files to anybody. When someone subscribes to your list, you should be sending them in PDF files, not your actual Word document. If you're going to create videos instead, you can use something like Cam Studio, which is a free piece of software that allows you to record screen capture videos. So you can prepare a slideshow first, and on each slide is one of your tips. When you use Cam Studio, you can record your screen as you go through the slides. The great thing about this is you can also record yourself talking and explain the tips on the slideshow as you're recording. Then you can save what you recorded as a video and send that to your subscribers when they sign up to your list. So those are two pretty easy ways to create your own free offer. You just need to take a bit of time to prepare what you're going to offer and what you're going to cover in your offer. Once you know what your offer is, just go ahead and get the report or video done. How to craft a high-converting squeeze page. Once you've created your free offer, it's time to move to creating your squeeze page. Before you do anything, you have to understand this. Your squeeze page has only one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to get visitors to submit their email address in exchange for some information or resources. That's it. And to do that, the very first thing that you need is a strong headline. The headline is the first thing visitors see, and it's within those first few seconds of seeing it that they will make a decision as to whether or not they're going to stick around on the page and submit their email. So it's got to be good, and it's got to be strong, and it's got to be enticing. I've noticed that some of the absolute very best headlines that I've seen and that I've used are going to either solve a problem, offer some sort of solution, make a promise, cause some sort of controversy, pique curiosity, or make some sort of enormous claim. It's very important that your headline does one of those well. That's why the headline is always going to be the largest text. It has to stand out from everything else. After the headline, you can simply have a subheadline, maybe some bullet points, a strong call to action, then the opt-in form. But not all of that is necessary. Some of my absolute best performing squeeze pages are nothing more than a headline, a strong call to action, and an opt-in form. Here are a couple of examples of squeeze pages that have converted well for me. As you can see, there's a strong headline. It stands out from the rest of the page, so as soon as the visitor hits the squeeze page, that's the first thing they see. And the headline is providing a solution to their problem. You have to think about the people who are landing on these pages. They've got some kind of problem that they want to find a solution for. The headline, if it's a good one, will immediately tell them that you've got a solution to that specific problem, so it gets their attention right away. Then there's a strong call to action telling them exactly what they need to do. Enter your email below. So when they see that, they're thinking, okay, they've got a solution to my problem, and to get that solution, all I have to do is enter my email. It's very important to have a strong call to action. You need to tell visitors exactly what they need to do to get the information they're looking for. So let's take a look at another squeeze page. Again, we've just got the most important elements on the page. We have our headline that stands out. Under our headline, we've got a strong call to action, but you can also include things like a subheadline, maybe a couple of bullet points, or maybe just a strong call to action like I have right here. In the headline, you need to tell them exactly what they're going to get. So here, it's a free report. And you can use the same kind of structure for your headline, regardless of what niche you're in. Free report reveals the 5 superfoods that let you lose weight fast. Free video reveals 3 easy ways to date more women. Whatever your free offer is about, you need to mention it in the headline, and you need to let them know that you've got a solution to whatever problem they're dealing with. Now, you're not going to solve all their problems with your free offer. That's what your one-time offer and upsells are for. But you're going to help them solve a specific problem with your free offer, and you need to let them know that you can solve that specific problem in the headline. So then the call to action tells them that if they want this solution, all they have to do is enter their email below to fix that problem now. It's pretty simple, but it's very effective, and that's exactly how your squeeze pages should be as well. Straight to the point and hard-hitting. Tell them what they're going to discover, and tell them exactly how they can get it. That's it. Remember, the only purpose a squeeze page has is to get people to enter their emails into an opt-in form and click on the button. So just get right to it and get them onto your list. If you end up using one of the tools we mentioned earlier, Optimize Press or WP Lead Gorilla, it's really easy to set up a squeeze page that converts a lot of visitors to subscribers. You don't need to know anything technical. You just choose the type of design you want, then enter your headline and other text. It's really easy, and you should be able to get your own squeeze page set up relatively quickly. How to build your one-time offer. So once you've created your squeeze page, it's time to put together your one-time offer. It's basically a more comprehensive offer that subscribers get right after they opt into your squeeze page. Let's take a look at our funnel again. What we've already created is the squeeze page, which is the first part of the funnel on the left. That's where we have our free offer. And then, when somebody opts into your list, they're going to immediately be shown the OTO page. That's the first thing they're going to see after they opt into your list. That's very important. They need to see some sort of special offer right after they've taken some action. This product needs to be in the same niche and closely related to what they just opted into. If you're giving away a report on how to grow tomatoes quickly, then you want to make sure that your OTO is going to be related to gardening. Now, that's not a niche that I recommend you go into, but make sure that it's very, very tailored to what they just opted into. Your OTO needs to be a product that you have created or a very high-quality PLR product. You really should not be using an affiliate offer here. You want to have your own product. Now, if you are going to use PLR, and I wholeheartedly recommend using PLR, try and make some changes, either to the sales page or to the content itself, just to make it seem a little bit unique. You don't have to change much, but try and make it a little bit unique. So maybe get some new graphics for it, personalize the sales letter, and edit some of the content to suit your own style. There's a lot of PLR content out there that isn't worth reading, let alone selling. So only stick with high-quality content if you're using PLR. Now, this product does not have to be huge. It doesn't have to be a massive product. It could be a 20-page report that shares a detailed plan for something, or a 20-minute video that shows how to do something that not everyone knows. It doesn't have to be an elaborate product that goes for hours and took you weeks to create. It really doesn't. Just make sure that your OTO has great value. The whole point of a one-time offer is to offer new subscribers more value. Make it seem like they're getting a great deal for opting into your list. And like I said, if you use PLR, make sure it is a quality product. Your OTO should be something that you could sell for 2 or 3 times the price that you're selling it for. You want your buyers to feel like they get 10 times more value than they paid for it. In other words, don't try and sell junk. Remember, they just opted into your list, and you've convinced them with this sales page, with this special offer, to buy your product because you are offering such a good deal. Make sure you're not selling them junk. If you offer them a good product, that provides them with great value. They're going to be your customer for a long time. You want them to continue to buy from you over the long term. Don't think about trying to simply get a few sales here and there for a quick buck. You want to establish long-term customers that buy from you not just once, but multiple times throughout the following weeks and months and possibly years. After all, this is a long-term business we're building, not some get-rich-quick scheme that will stop working tomorrow. We're in this for the long haul, so do it right and treat your subscribers and customers right. Adding a high-dollar upsell to maximize your profits. Now, let's talk about adding a high-dollar upsell to maximize your profits. Having a high-dollar upsell in place allows you to really ramp up your business. When you have an offer that's priced at $97 or over $100 that converts well, you can afford to advertise and get more people into your funnel and ultimately make more sales. This is huge. It's absolutely huge. Unlike an OTO, which I said had to be your product, your upsell doesn't have to be your own product. It can be an affiliate offer if you want. You just need to make sure it's a really high-quality product that's going to pay you a big enough commission. Some good high-dollar upsells would be high-end training or coaching, a membership site, or even services. There's a lot of good higher-end training out there that you could promote as an upsell. Also, membership sites are great because you only need to make the sale once and you get paid every month. That would make a very good upsell. A done-for-you service is also another option as an upsell, where you're going to do the actual work for someone. Coaching and mentoring programs make excellent upsells as well. You can even put together your own coaching or mentoring program pretty easily, so long as you know the subject matter or can learn it very well. But there's a lot of different coaching and mentoring affiliate programs that are out there that you could promote too. If you can't find a high-dollar product, you could bundle together several different products into one larger package. I've done that many, many different times. Bundle together several high-quality PLR products, give them new graphics, make everything look unique, edit the content, and you've instantly got a high-ticket offer to sell to your customers. If you are selling products for $10, bundle together 10 or 20 different products within your niche into a $100 package. Just bundle it into something bigger. As always, though, make sure it's high-quality content that provides a lot of value. Remember, you want your customers to feel like they got 10 times the value than what they paid for it. So if you're going to charge $100 for something, you need to make sure your customers feel like they got $1,000 worth of value. If you can do that, those customers are always going to keep coming back for more when you promote even more offers. Now, when you are first starting out, maybe an upsell is just beyond your reach. Maybe setting up your own membership site or your own coaching offer is a bit intimidating. That's fine. Just promote a coaching offer as an affiliate for now. But once you do have your funnel set up with a squeeze page and an OTO, and you're bringing in leads consistently, you really should get your own high-dollar offer into your funnel as soon as possible. It really can be the difference between making hardly any money or just breaking even, or having a business that turns very small profits, to making enough money to scale up your business and really profit like mad. I used to have funnels where I just had an OTO, and so my profits were severely limited to just that one offer. Once I added a high-dollar upsell, like $97, my profits really increased dramatically. So I definitely recommend, as soon as you can, to have some sort of high-ticket upsell in place. It'll really take your business to the next level. How to set up your autoresponder. Now it's time to start setting up your autoresponder. If you set up your autoresponder properly the first time, it can pay you for years to come. There are many reasons for this, but the main thing is that once someone's on your list, so long as they stay on your list, you can continue to mail to them for years to come. You can do it either through follow-up messages that go out automatically over time, or just as straight-up broadcast messages where you're going to send an email to your entire list. So, when you're setting up your autoresponder, the very first thing that you need to do is you create a list. Within Aweber, you can do that by clicking on Create and Manage Lists towards the top of the page. Then click on the big green button that says Create a List. Now, the very first thing that it's going to ask you is for a list name. Just make it something that will allow you to easily identify it with your offer. Then just give it a short description as well, and make sure the emails will be coming from you and your email address. Make sure you go ahead and save your settings. Next, what we can do is personalize our list. You can brand your list with all your information, so you can add in your company name, your URL, and email signature. You can connect it with Twitter and Facebook. But all of this stuff isn't a big deal, so I usually don't do anything there. What I'm going to worry about, though, is something under the Confirm Opt-in tab. A lot of people think that you have to make subscribers confirm their email address before you can send them any information. You can do that if you really want to, but I always recommend you turn it off. The reason why I recommend doing this and not having people confirm their emails is because you're going to get more signups this way. You're going to get more people on your list that way because too often an email can get blocked or just doesn't get through. And if it's your confirmation email, those people are never going to get the information from you that they signed up for. So I recommend that you have it off. Just go ahead and click on the Off button to turn off the confirmed opt-in and then click on Save Settings. Once you've got your list created, the very next thing you want to do is you want to create a web form. So click on the Sign Up Forms tab and then click on Create Your First Sign Up Form. Aweber has a lot of different designs for the opt-in form, but if you're using either Optimized Press or WP Lead Gorilla, you don't need to worry about the design within Aweber. Those tools will take care of the designs for you from within WordPress. So you can just create a form without worrying about the design and then move on to step 2. Now this is very, very, very important. Where it says Thank You page, you need to select Custom Page and then enter the URL for your OTO page. The very first thing that people are going to see needs to be your OTO page. So make sure that you put in your OTO page's URL into that custom page section. That's extremely important. I also like to have my already subscribed page be the OTO URL as well. If someone's already on the list and they try to sign up again, I like to go ahead and show them that OTO again, even if they've already seen it. The next step is where you can get the code right from Aweber, and you paste this code into the designated area within Optimized Press or WP Lead Gorilla. Or if you're creating a squeeze page with HTML, you can just paste the code where you want to have the opt-in form. It's really easy to do. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to add follow-up autoresponder emails that are going to go out automatically over time. Now, the very first message needs to deliver what you promised on your squeeze page. So if you're giving away a report, make sure that first message they get has a link to the free report in it. To create your emails, you need to go to the Messages tab and select Follow-up Series. Then click on Create Your First Follow-up. I like to use the plain template for the emails. So what you do first is put in a subject line for the very first email. This is the email that goes to people immediately after they subscribe. So make it something like, "Thanks for signing up. Here's your download." Then you need to actually write the email. Just thank them for signing up to download the report and provide the link for them to download it. You can introduce yourself if you want, tell them a little bit about your story and how it relates to what you're offering. When you're done, just go to the next page and save the email. Then you just continue creating more emails. Provide more great content that's related to the offer, and promote your OTO as well. Also, make it so that each email goes out in 1 or 2 day intervals. This will help you keep on top of your subscribers' mind. If you leave it too long between emails, there's a good chance they might not even remember you, or they may have moved on to reading some other marketer's email every day. The most important thing with your emails is you need to build trust. You need to provide value. The more trust you build and the more value you provide, the more sales you'll end up making when you promote an offer. Don't be one of those marketers who only sends promotional emails every day. People will unsubscribe quickly if you do that. All you need to do is provide more tips, more content, and engage with them. A list isn't just numbers. There are people on those lists. Ask questions to your list. Interact with them. Be personal. Treat your list well, and you're going to find your list will treat you very well. Instant traffic methods you need to know. The last step to building your list is to actually start driving traffic to your squeeze page. After all, if nobody sees your squeeze page, then nobody is going to sign up to your list. Now, I want you to understand this from the beginning. For the absolute best results, you really should invest in yourself and your business. And what I mean by that is that you really should invest in some paid traffic methods. The quickest way to having a list, a large and responsive list of subscribers, is to purchase traffic to your squeeze page. Yes, you can get started with free traffic, but if you really want to build a list quickly, you really should invest in some paid traffic. Now, by far the easiest way to send a lot of traffic to your squeeze page is to buy solo ads. A solo ad is where you purchase a mailing for a squeeze page from another marketer who has a list of subscribers. So what happens is you buy, for example, 100 clicks from this marketer who has a list that is related to yours. He sends an email to his list promoting your squeeze page, and he will send 100 visitors to your squeeze page. So almost instantly you get 100 visitors to your squeeze page that can potentially become your subscribers. Solo ads can be very effective, and they're one of the best ways to test out paid advertising. You can get started getting traffic from solo ads for as little as about $30. There are a few different places where you can purchase solo ads. One of the best places is at safeswaps.com. It's the #1 resource for finding marketers that are selling solo ads primarily in the internet marketing niche. You can easily find hundreds of people who are selling solo ads there for anywhere between about $30 and $60 plus for 100 clicks. You can also purchase as many clicks as you want, with some marketers able to send thousands of visitors in just one mailing for you. But I always recommend starting small. Go with a few marketers who have good reviews and a good reputation, and test their solo ads with your squeeze page. You'll find that some traffic converts better than others, so it's always a good idea to test with a smaller mailing first. When you find a good list that converts well with your offer, then feel free to ramp things up with a bigger mailing. You also can go ahead and look for solo ad sellers on the Warrior Forum. Again, a lot of these solo ad sellers cater to the internet marketing niche. If you want to focus on other niches, like the health or relationships niches, then you need to find list owners within those niches. Basically, what you need to do is head over to Google and do a search for your niche. So if you have a free offer that provides tips on how to get six-pack abs, go to Google and type in six-pack abs. Go through and open up each of the first 100 listings, one at a time, and every site that has an opt-in box, save that site in a notepad. If they've got an opt-in box on their site, it means they're building a list in your niche, and that's exactly what we're looking for. There's a good chance that a lot of the sites will have an opt-in box, so you're going to find a fair few of them. Within your notepad, also include the site owner's contact details, or just the page where they have the contact form. Once you've compiled a good list of sites that have opt-in forms, email the site owner and ask them if you can pay them to send your free offer to their subscriber list. Essentially, you're contacting them to buy a solo ad from them. Also ask them these questions. How big is your list? What is your typical opt-in rate on a mailing? What is the average amount of clicks on a mailing? You can usually negotiate the price with them for the solo ad based on the figures and stats they give you. For instance, if they average 500 clicks when they send an email to their list, then that's 500 visitors to your squeeze page. If your squeeze page converts 25%, then you will gain 125 new subscribers. I don't like to pay more than $1 per new subscriber. I always end up paying much less. However, all niches vary slightly. So if you use that as a general rule and paid around $125 for the solo ad, then you would end up paying $1 per subscriber. Now, the next method of getting traffic is a free method that involves posting on niche-related forums. This is a clever way many people use to get free traffic. And basically, what you're going to do is you're going to join a handful of active forums within your niche and be a participant in those forums. Start responding to other people's threads and questions. Then also provide your own advice on certain topics related to your free offer. Don't do any promotional posts, though. That will get you banned pretty quickly in most forums. What you need to do is be helpful and provide value in your posts. You'll also be able to create a signature, which will appear underneath each of your posts. Within the signature, you should have a link to your squeeze page and a call to action. Basically, it's a little add to your free offer. So if you were in the weight loss niche and you wrote a free report on losing weight quickly, you'd join some health forums and weight loss forums. Become active on those forums and have a call to action in your signature that's something like, click here to discover 5 fat loss secrets. So whenever you make a post, people will see the link out to your squeeze page, and there will be people who will click through to your squeeze page and sign up to your list. It's a great way to get a flow of traffic to your site without having to pay for it. Ideally, though, you should have multiple traffic sources all sending you visitors consistently, so you can build your list every single day. Some traffic sources will convert better than others with your squeeze page, so keep testing different traffic sources until you've got a few that work really well for you. These were just a couple of very good traffic sources you can start testing out pretty quickly, but you need to keep testing and building on what you've already done. So if you've got your squeeze page up and a one-time offer behind that, then keep building your business to include the upsell, the downsell, the membership site, the coaching offer. You need to keep building out the rest of your sales funnel for this to be a long-term success. A lot of new marketers will set up a squeeze page and the OTO. They might test out a few traffic sources, but if they don't make an immediate profit, they give up. They move on to something else. Stick with it. Keep testing different traffic sources. Keep adding offers to your funnel, and most importantly, keep educating yourself on different ways to improve your business. If you do these things well, then you're going down the right path to building a long-term business that will be profitable for many years to come. I hope you've enjoyed this training, and I wish you nothing but success with your list building efforts.
In the following videos, I'm going to show you how you can create your own ebook covers using all free resources. We're going to go to places where we can get free images or clip arts. I'm going to show you where you can make a fancy font image that you can put on your e-cover. And then I'm going to show you some software that you can download to your computer, put it all together nice. And then the next thing we do is we go onto a website and we put it all together. So there are multiple steps to it, but that's sometimes what you need to do when you're looking for free alternatives rather than paying a bunch of money for one of the more expensive solutions. Okay, so in the first video, what we're going to do is we're going to install and go over a little bit about paint.net, which is the program we're going to use to build the bulk of our e-covers. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install paint.net, and then we're going to do a run through of how it works before we get going creating our images for our ebook cover. So if you go to Google and you put in getpaint.net, now you don't want to do paint.net because that's a different site. But you'll see here paint.net, free software for digital photo editing. Now, of course, since we're looking at free resources, I'm showing you paint.net, but if you already have a solution, then you can use that. But this is the one I like to use. It's very simple yet powerful. And if you like to use GIMP, of course, you can download GIMP. It does the same thing, but I find that Paint.net is more intuitive. Okay, so once you're in here, all you need to do is go to the download page, and then you're going to download the package that you need for your computer. Be mindful of the system requirements. They aren't very high, so most people probably have the computer with these abilities. Okay, so just download what you need here. It says Paint.net depends on the Microsoft.net framework, which it's going to install by itself, unless you already have it on. Okay, so nothing to worry about there. It'll do it for you. So just go down here and then download the package. Okay, so I'm just going to click here and we'll download it. Okay, and once that's downloaded, I'll run the installer. Okay, so I'm just going to choose the Express install and agree. You should read these. Click next. Okay, and now it's just going to prepare to install. Okay, so installed successfully. Let's fire it up here. Okay, so once it comes up, this is the interface you have here. So you have your main work area in the middle here, and then over here you have your tools. So there's different tools here, selection tools, paint tools, etc. Down here you have your color palette. Over here you have your steps. So whenever you do something, you'll see the step here. And down here you have your different layers. Okay, so everything you do with Paint.net is going to be done in a layer. So right now we have the background, and then every time we're going to do something different, we're going to add another layer. And then when we're all done, we combine the layers into a PNG file. Okay, so it's pretty simple. You have up here, you have your image, and here, if you go to resize, you can set the size of the image, and here you have maintain aspect ratio, so if you change one, it changes the other, and you can uncheck that if you like. Okay, you can choose from qualities here. I always just take the defaults with all of this. Also in here, you can do your canvas size. The canvas can be bigger than the image. Flip horizontally, flip vertically. You can rotate 90 degrees in either direction or 180 degrees. And flatten, that's when you combine all of the layers. Over here, we have layers, so we can add a layer, delete a layer, duplicate a layer, merge layers, import from a file. So if you're going to bring in a picture, flip horizontally, flip vertically, and rotate and zoom, and the properties for the layer. And then we have different adjustments where you can do different things: auto level the color, black and white, brightness, curves, hue and saturation, invert. Okay, so, and then here we have our effects, so we can add different effects to the pictures that we're creating. Okay, so those are a little more advanced. So really, it's quite easy to use. Okay, so there's a quick intro to it. So what we're going to do next is we're going to jump right in and start creating our first image for our e-cover. Okay, so in this video, we're going to put together the image for our e-cover. So what you're going to want to do is go to somewhere where you can get images. Okay, so for instance, we have Pixabay here, where you can get free images that you can use. And here's one. If you want to make something a little more campy, you could go to Open Clip Art and find clip art to use. And there are all kinds of other sites that you can use. Okay, so whatever e-cover you're making, you should find a related picture. So you can just go through the search here. So I'm going to go see if they got anything for classic cars. Okay, so as you see, they do have some here. Now, while you're looking at these, you want to make sure that there'll be somewhere for you to put some text on the image for your e-cover. Okay, so find one that you like and go with that one. Okay, so put your mouse over, you can see what it looks like. And then we'll pick the size we want. So 1280 by 802, 640 by 401, or vector graphic. Vector graphic means that it will be able to change sizes without distorting the image. Okay, so I'm just going to download the medium size. And if you join and register, then you don't have to type in the CAPTCHA here. But if you don't, then just type in the CAPTCHA code and you can download it. Okay, so we have that down now. So let's go and show it in the folder here. Just go to the location where it is. Okay, so I put it in a folder by itself called samples, so I can do all my work within this folder. Okay, so let's go back to paint.net. And what we're going to do is we're going to first create an image to the size we want. So we're going to want kind of an elongated shape like a book is, not a square shape like we have here. Now, what we should do is also bring in the picture in another window so that we can get the size of that. Okay, so we're going to do it open, and then we'll open this image that we downloaded here. And then let's go over to image and resize. We're not going to resize it, we're just going to look at the size. So it's 1280 by 802. As you see, it's wider than long, but we're going to need a width of 1280 for this to fit in there. So let's go back. You see here are our tabs. So let's go back here, and we're going to go to image and resize. And we're going to uncheck this maintain aspect ratio. The width is going to be 1280. Okay, and then we're going to make the height 1800. So it's 1.5 times as high as it is wide. Let's have a look at what that looks like. Okay, so this gives us proper shape for our ebook cover. Okay, so now let's bring in a layer. So we're going to go layer, and then we're going to do import from file. And we're going to bring this in. Okay, now we can move this. So let's just drag this down here. All right, so that's the layer for there. Now, if we wanted, we could put a color on the background here. Okay, so let's go over and click on background. And what we're going to do over here is do edit and deselect. Okay, so let's say we wanted background color. Let's choose something here. Let's try orange. So I clicked on orange. I'm going to do the paint tool or the paint bucket here. And we'll put this in up here. Okay, and there we go. So we have our background color now. And the only thing we need to do next is bring in another layer for text. I'm going to show you two ways you can do this. You can use the built-in text tool that we have here. And so if you go over here and you see T, that is your text tools and fonts. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do layer and add new layer. Now our text is going to go on top of all of this. Okay, and then over here we have our different fonts that we can use. Okay, so you can use pretty much any font you want. I'm just going to use Impact. It's a very dark font. And then you can choose the color you want to use over here. Okay, so let's try white. Put your mouse in here. Okay, and then we should be able to just type away here. Now you see it's very small because of the size of our image here relative to our size of our font. So let's go here, VW Van Renovations. Okay, let's make it even a little bigger. Now, if you do undo, it'll go back one step and you can just go back and start over again if you want to. You can also go back in here, and if you undid something, you want to redo it, then you can just click on redo. Okay, and then I'm just going to click here. This allows me to move a layer around. Okay, so I can put this where I want here. And then I could add another layer. And then I could put text somewhere else in a different font if I want. I could put something down here by my name or whatever. I could put another description line in here, different color or whatever I want. Okay, so I'm going to do edit and deselect. And now I'm going to go ahead and type something else in here. I'm going to use a different font this time. Just for demonstration. Okay, so this one is showing bigger, so I'm going to go back here, tone it down a bit for the complete moron. I'm sure this is going to sell well. Okay, so let's bold this. Okay, now you see where the crosshairs are here. If you put your mouse inside of there, you can drag the text around. Okay, so that's one way you can do it. This is the simplest way. It's also the way that is kind of meh. It's not a real nice effects. I mean, the fonts are decent, but you can do a lot better with another tool, okay? And we're going to do that in the next video. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create your text using cool text. Okay, so as you see here, you have all different styles that you can choose from here. Okay, so I'm just going to go with white here. Okay, and then all you do is you put in the text you want. Let's see exactly what I said here before. So VW Van Renovations for the complete moron. You notice that we did renovations and spelled it right. So VW Van. Okay, now I would do a separate one for the complete moron rather than doing it all in the one font here. Okay, so now we can go down here and adjust the text size. Okay, and you get a preview of it up there. Okay, and then you have your glow color and your outer text color and so on. So you can change what you want here. So shadows, etc. So alignment top left. Okay, image width 600, image height 100. Okay, PNG with transparency, that's what you want. Let's create the logo. So we'll download it. Okay, so I'm just going to rename this now, and I'm just going to call it renovations, just so we know what piece of text that is. Okay, so let's go back to paint.net. All right, now I'm going to delete these two layers. So delete and delete. Okay, and now I'm going to do import layer, import from file. I'm going to bring this in. Okay, so that was a little small there. So I'll just spread it out a bit. Okay, now you see that this looks much better. Okay, so there's that one. Now I need to go back and create for the complete moron and put it in here. So back to cool text. Okay, and let's create another one. And maybe we can try a different one here. You can do what you want. I'm going to use a different one from the main headline. Okay, so I'm going to use outline. Okay, so we're going to tone that down a bit. Okay, so you can make any changes to it you like here. Let's create it. Okay, let's download. Okay, so let's deselect this now. And we're going to do layer, import. Okay, so we'll stretch out a little bit. Okay, so something like that. And deselect. Okay, and there. You now have your cover art ready. So what we want to do now is we're going to save this twice. We're going to do a file and we're going to save. And we're going to save it as a PDN file. Okay, so that'll make it so that we can come back in and edit it. So let's just call it sample one. And now we're going to do a save as, and then we're going to change it to a PNG. Okay, so that's good like that. Flatten. Okay, and our e-cover art is ready. Okay, so that's it for that. Now, in the next video, we're going to go and we're going to create our 3D e-cover. Okay, in this video, we're going to create the e-cover. We're going to use a free package called 3D Package. Okay, so it's a free website you can go to, and you just go to 3d-pack.com. And it's very simple. You're just going to select the cover, which is your art that you created, and then the backside will use the same thing, and the spine will use the same thing. Now, of course, you could create separate ones for all of them, but no need since we're going to be mostly oriented toward the front side. So we'll go ahead and we'll browse for our cover here. So it's this PNG one that we created. And then we're going to go and get the backside. We'll use the same thing again. And the spine, same thing again. Okay, so that's really all we got to do now. I didn't mention, but we're on book here, and then there's some other types you could use as well if you feel like exploring those. But this video was to show you how to create an e-cover. All right, so now we just create 3D box, and we'll wait for it to render. Okay, and you can see now that it has created the box. Now we can move this around and tilt it and so on. So you just put your mouse on it, and you can move it however you see fit, whatever way you want it to look. So just mess around with it till you get it the way you want it. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to save it as a PNG. Okay, so here's your PNG image. So now we'll just right click and we'll save image as. Okay, and we're going to save it in here. So I'm just going to rename this to cover. Okay, and we now have it down on our computer. Now, what we're going to want to do, you see here that there's a watermark up here. We're going to want to bring this into an editor and remove the watermark. I've checked this site and I don't see anywhere where it says you're required to leave the watermark on. So I'm just going to go and take it off. And you might want to take some of this drop shadow off or not. It's up to you. So you can edit this the way you want afterwards. And again, what we're going to do is open it up in paint.net. Okay, so do File, Open, and then we're going to open Cover. All right, so what you want to do is get this rectangular selection tool and then just go underneath this watermark here and select the area you want for the cover. Now, if you just wanted a little less from side to side, you can choose here, for instance. Okay, so like that, and then we can go Image, and then we can do Crop to Selection. Okay, so now we have our e-cover all ready to use. So all we have to do is save this. Now you could do a save as and just save it as another name so you still have the original. So I'll call it cover edited. And just click OK. And that's it. Okay, so now this cover is all ready to use. So that's how easy it is to create your own ebook cover graphics using all free tools.